This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. A new nationwide survey conducted by the US International Republican Institute reveals that only 36% of Armenians believe the country is moving in the right direction, marking the lowest approval in 3 years. National security and border issues remain the public's top concern, with 35% of respondents identifying them as Armenia's most pressing problem, and an additional 9% listing them as their second major worry. These figures significantly outpace concerns such as unemployment, political instability, or rising living costs. Despite waning enthusiasm, Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan remains the most trusted politician, cited by 13% of respondents. Former President and opposition leader Robert Kocharian received just 4%. However, the overwhelming majority of Armenians appear detached from the current political offerings. When asked how they would vote if parliamentary elections scheduled for next June were held today, only 17% said they would support Pashinyan's ruling Civil Contract Party. Combined support for all current opposition forces failed to cross the 10% threshold. With less than a year until the elections, the public expects progress from the government, especially in areas related to national security. Asked what Pashinyan's top priority should be, 22% named achieving peace, unchanged from the September 2024 IRI survey. Another 14% emphasized the need to improve the military. Only 8% said Pashinyan's best move would be to resign. Domestic issues such as corruption, healthcare, judicial reform, and the return of Armenian prisoners from Azerbaijan each garnered just 2% of mentions. The ongoing feud between Pashinyan and the head of the Armenian Apostolic Church, Catholicos Karekin II, also appears to resonate little with the public, with only 2% saying the Prime Minister should focus on resolving that relationship. Since the arrest of Russian-Armenian billionaire Samvel Karapetyan a little over a month ago, a wave of similar comments in support of him has appeared on Armenian-language Facebook pages, prompting concerns about possible coordinated inauthentic activity, according to local fact-checkers. The fact investigation platform NGO reported yesterday that dozens of recently created Facebook profiles have been actively commenting under posts about Karapetyan published by major Armenian media outlets, often posting near-identical supportive messages. According to the report, many of these accounts were created around the same time in spring 2023 and display signs typical of fake profiles, including similar user ID patterns and profile photos taken from unrelated sources, such as foreign models or athletes. Despite having Armenian names, the accounts all present as young women and use images sourced from social media or other online platforms. FIP noted that the phenomenon fits into a broader pattern of coordinated activity they have monitored in the past, involving fake accounts used to simulate public backing for both government and opposition figures, including campaigns involving likes and comments on Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's Facebook posts. CivilNet investigations have previously documented similar tactics being employed by authorities against political opponents ahead of the local elections in Yerevan in September 2023. CivilNet exposed their pro-civil contract Facebook pages, launched aggressive campaigns against mayoral candidate Tigran Avinyan's competitors. The investigation revealed fake pages spending thousands of dollars on Facebook ads to discredit opposition candidates. A follow-up investigation in May 2024 showed the same network targeting Archbishop Bagrat Galstanyan, who led anti-government demonstrations nationwide. The same Facebook pages were used in both occasions. The Armenian Apostolic Church yesterday accused Prime Minister Pashinyan of planning a violent takeover of its Echmiadzin headquarters, following his call for supporters to free the seat of Catholicos Karekin II. In a statement, the church condemned the appeal as incitement to violence and urged authorities to block what it called an illegal rally. We call on our people not to give in to provocations of the authorities, to remain vigilant and prudent, and to unite with faith and a spirit of a prayer to face the current trials. Opposition groups also denounced Pashinyan's campaign, calling on followers to defend Echmiadzin. Pashinyan earlier announced plans for a mass gathering in Echmiadzin. Prepare for the great spiritual gathering at the central square, Pashinyan wrote on Facebook on Sunday. He, however, did not reveal when the event will take place. The confrontation between Pashinyan and the Armenian Church has been going on since 2020, escalating last spring when Archbishop Bagrat Galstanyan led a series of demonstrations across Armenia, calling for Pashinyan's removal. Galstanyan, alongside fellow Archbishop Ajabayan and numerous other opposition figures, is currently in jail pending trial on charges of plotting an armed coup. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 192. That is the number of apartment buildings across Armenia that have been renovated under a nationwide energy efficiency program so far. Upgrades include new roofs, windows and insulation, helping residents cut heating costs by up to 60% during the winter. The $20 million project is supported by the United Nations and Armenia's Environment Ministry. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.